Ano ang training requirement kapag ikaw ay inappoint bilang isang pollution control officer ng isang establishment o isang kumpanya o isang industriya na isipan ng management na o ikaw ang gagawing pollution control officer? Well, sa atin pong legal reference, let me show it on the screen. Ito yung ating legal reference, Dow 2014-02. O, lagyan natin Dow 2014-02 entitled Revised Guidelines for Pollution Control Officer Accreditation. DENR Department Order po ito. Um, Dito po sa Section 6, meron ditong sinambit about training. So, tingnan natin itong nakalagay sa Section 6. Qualification requirements for PCOs. Ibig sabihin, Pollution Control Officer. Sa item number 1, basic qualifications, letter C, I read and I quote, has completed the basic PCO training course by an EMB recognized training organization or institution within the last 3 years. So merong nasambit dito na training requirement. Ito yung basic PCO training course. So kung ikaw ang appointed or designated pollution control officer, maghahanap ka ngayon ng available schedule of the basic PCO training course conducted by EMB recognized training institution. So isa yung kailangan mong hanapin. It's a 5-day training. It's a 40-hour training na kailangan mong attendan. Ngayon, nakalagay dito naman sa Section 8 ng department order na ito. Babasahin natin nakalagay dito sa Section 8. Sabi dito, accreditation of PCOs. Tayo na appointed na PCO, hindi dun nagtatapos eh. Kailangan makapag-apply ng accreditation after na i-appoint tayo 15 days from the date of appointment. Tapos, pag mag apply ka na ng accreditation, ano yung isang requirement? Ito na naman yung sinasabing training, nasambit na naman. Sabi dito, the managing head, ito po yung may-ari ng kumpanya o presidente o siya yung immediate supervisor mo na i-apply ka niya ng accreditation sa DNR EMB Regional Office. At sabi dito, the managing head or his or her duly authorized representative shall submit. Ano ito? Itong nakasulat dito sa um, pang-apat na bullet. Proof of the appointee's qualification such as certificate of training of basic PCO training. So, yung nakalagay doon sa section 6, para ma-qualify ka bilang isang pollution control officer ng kumpanya, as per requirement ng DNR-EMB, kailangan mong umattend ng basic PCO training course. At pagkatapos mong maka-attend ng basic PCO training, 5 araw or 40 hours, isasubmit mo raw ito sa DENR EMB Regional Office. Itong Certificate of Basic PCO Training para ano, as your qualification. Huwag natin kakalimutan sa Section 6. Sinasabi dito, the basic qualification. Ang isang pollution control officer pala, para ikaw ay ma-qualify sa pagiging PCO, ano, kailangan mo naka-attend ka, naka-complete ka ng PCO training course. O, yun. Kaya maghanap po tayo ng mga EMB recognized training institution. Paano makakapaghanap niyan? Pumunta tayo sa website ng EMB, Environmental Management Bureau. Sa website ng EMB, hanapin niyo po itong environmental statistics. And then, click natin yan. Ano? Oh, naiba yung napindot ko. Ito. Environmental statistics. And then, yung, yung result nun, magpapakita sa iyo ng pollution control officers training organization or institution. So, click mo lang yan at ibibigay sa iyo ng system ng EMB website yung listahan ng mga accredited training institution. So, kasama dyan, halimbawa, JP Environment Consultancy Services sa Region 4A. Yan, isa sa mga accredited training institution. No? So, marami pa dito, about 27 accredited PCO training organization or institutions. Madami sa NCR, sa 4A 5, sa Region 11 dalawa, sa Region 3 dalawa, sa Region 10 isa, Region 5 isa, sa Region 7 isa, sa CAR isa. So about 27. Ngayon, hindi ibig sabihin ang accredited training institution or organization located dyan sa kanyang region, hindi na sila pwede mag-accommodate ng participants from different regions. Pwede pa. Vice versa, kung ikaw naman yung naghahanap ng training institution, kung ikaw halimbawa ay nasa NCR, National Capital Region, ang location mo, pwede ka ring mag-training kahit ang training institution, ang kanyang office ay nakabase sa Region 4A. So, yon. Dahil ito naman ay accreditation sa isang training institution covering all regions. So, available yan ang kanilang mga offered training sa lahat ng um, interested participant coming from different regions. So, iyon, kailangan maalala natin, isa sa training requirement ng PCO ay ang pag-attend ng basic PCO training course. Yan ay kung gusto mong ma-accredit bilang pollution control officer ng inyong kumpanya. Pero no choice tayo kapag in-appoint tayo, kailangan ang kasunod ay accreditation. Basahin natin itong sa section 7. Sabi dito, section 7, appointment or designation of PCOs. The managing head of establishments, LGUs, and other government institutions. Ito, magkano tayo dito? That discharge solid, liquid, or gaseous waste to the environment or whose activities, products, or services are actual and or potential sources of land, water, or air pollution shall appoint or designate and ito na, seek accreditation for their PCO. Kaya lang, o ayan, pagkatapos mong ma-appoint, ang kasunod na ay ang pag-secure ng accreditation sa EMB Regional Office. Pero nasambit sa Section 6 para ma-qualify ka bilang PCO. Para mabigyan ka ng accreditation, among many requirement, ito, training requirement, has completed the basic PCO training course. O, ayan. So, yan ay yung pag mag-a-apply ka ng accreditation. Now, tatalon tayo doon sa section 11 ng same department order. Department Order 2014-02. I will read Section 11, Renewal of PCO Accreditation. The PCO accreditation shall be renewed every every 3 years, provided that he or she has completed at least 40 hours of cumulative relevant PCO training as participant or 20 hours as a trainer or subject matter expert within the 3-year period and upon payment of the renewal fee of 500 pesos. End of quote. So yan yung um, provision dito sa Section 11 na pag magre-renew, nakasulat dito ang paglalagay ng pag-attend ng training. So doon sa ating mga pag-renew ng accreditation, kailangan na nating i-submit ang training requirement dahil marirenew ang ating accreditation pagka may training requirement tayo. Kaya lang, sa mga magre-renew ng accreditation, lalo as of this time and year, 2025, meron muna akong babasahin din regarding dito. Sabi dito sa EMB-MC 2020-28. Ano ba itong EMB Memorandum Circular 2020-28? Subject, clarification on the renewal and revocation of accreditation of pollution control officers. So dito, pagka binasa mo ito ay patungkol doon sa paglilinaw tungkol sa requirements for the renewal and revocation of accreditation of PCO. Meron kasing nasambit dito na might baka medyo may kala mo konting conflict doon sa binabasa natin sa DAW 2014-02. Pero remember, this is a memorandum circular na maklarify lang yung requirement, especially on the renewal. Ang context kasi nito, sa DAW 2014-02 na binasa natin kanina, Section 11, na kailangan mong mag-renew ng accreditation mo every 3 years. At sa pag-renew mo ng accreditation every 3 years, yung binasa natin kanina, pakita natin ulit, kailangan nakapag-complete ka ng 40 hours of cumulative relevant PCO training. O, yan. At ang EMB ay merong na-design na advanced training modules for PCO. Ibig sabihin, sa Section 6 na basic qualification for PCO, na dapat naka-attend ng basic PCO training within the last 3 years. And syempre, pagkatapos mo mag-basic, anong sunod? Advanced training. Ano po? At pero dito sa Memorandum Circular 2020-28, yung requirement na itong advanced training ay na-suspend din. Ang dokumento na nagsasabing suspended yung implementation ng advanced training, yung nakasulat sa EMB MC 2020-01. Nakasulat dito mismo sa Memorandum Circular DNR EMB. Yan, 2020-001. Suspension on the implementation of advanced training modules for PCO. In essence, walang nag-o-offer nito. Pero pagka binasa mo ang DAO 2014-02, Section 11, I hope hindi pa tayo nalilito sa daming references. Ang sinasabi sa Section 11, kailangan makapag-complete ka ng 40 hours of cumulative relevant training. So kung suspended ang advanced training, ano ngayon yung interpretation? O di walang training requirement. Parang ganyan ang kalalabasan kasi suspended. Hindi siya tinanggal, kundi suspended pa lang. So parang dahil wala din naman nag-o-offer kasi nakasulat dito sa memorandum circular, ina-advise dito ang mga EMB recognized training institution to suspend yung pagkandak ng advanced training. So ano ngayon ang training requirement na? So, yan yung ah sinasabi na suspended yung advanced training. Pero hindi sinabi dito na suspended din yung basic training. Hindi yun nasambit din. At lalong hindi rin naman kasama sa interpretation siguro na yung advanced training ay part nitong cumulative relevant. Ayun, cumulative relevant piece of training. O sana ay nasambit na rin lang yung salitang advanced training dito. That he or she has completed advanced training. Eh, hindi naman yun ang nasambit. So, maaring meron pa ding pwedeng ipakita na relevant PCO training as part of accreditation. So, pwede ka mag-present ng anong relevant PCO training. Not necessarily basic at lalong hindi ang advanced training kasi nakasuspende yon. So, it varies from regional offices kung ano ang interpretation nito. Now, ganito ang mangyayari na lang. Dito sa binabasa natin na Memorandum Circular 2020-28, sinasabi dito, dahil walang advanced training po na ini-implement dahil nakasuspend, ano ngayon yung requirement? Yan. Sabi dito, the renewal of the PCO accreditation shall be based on the following. Hindi po sinasabi dito na tinatanggal yung cumulative training ano. Ang pagre-renew ng accreditation ay napagbabasehan ang mga bagay na ito. Ano to? The PCO must be able to prove the following. Ito na 'yon. Number one na condition ito, establishment is compliant with PD 1586, RA 6969, RA 8749, RA 9275, RA 9003, and IRR. And other pertinent conditions such as submission of self-monitoring reports and compliance monitoring reports, among others within 3 consecutive years period. Meron dito nakalagay C Annex A. So kung bubuksan natin ang Annex A na yan, ano yun natin na lang yan. Ano? Later. And then the data provided on the submissions must reflect satisfactory compliance to environment and natural resources. So yun, kapag ka na-prove mo na compliant ang inyong establishment sa environmental laws, ang action ng EMB ay ganito: issuance of renewal PCO accreditation valid for 3 years with the issuance of certificate of accreditation. Tapos meron pang awards for 3 consecutive years of compliance, issuance of certificate of recognition to the PCO and managing head, issuance of certificate of compliance to the establishment. So yun, dito sa Memorandum Circular 2020-28, kinaklarify yung renewal requirement. Yung requirement for the renewal of accreditation of Pollution Control Officer, that the renewal of the PCO accreditation shall be based on the following. Yan. So kung kayo po ay mag-a-apply ng renewal, tanungin niyo po sa concerned EMB regional office kung kailangan pang umattend ulit ng basic PCO training kasi halos yun lang ang available na pwede mong tingnan na 40 hour dahil ang basic PCO training course ay 40 hours. Kung kailangan pa ba umattend doon or hindi na. But most definitely, remember, dear PCOs, ang pag-apply ng accreditation will be based on the following. So, maaring meron kang latest training, pero mas hahanapin sa iyo yung proof of compliance of your company to the requirements of major environmental laws. That the data provided on the submissions must reflect satisfactory compliance to environment and natural resources laws. Malinaw yon. So, minsan ang tanong na lang dito, ay ganito, do I need to attend the basic PCO training for renewal of accreditation? Please ask the concerned EMB regional office. What are the requirements for the renewal of accreditation? Among many, depende na yan sa regional office, is the proof of compliance of the company to the requirements of major environmental laws. Whether ito yung reports, whether ito yung mga permits, or yung mga result of monitoring. So kung ano po ang mga requirements na yan, magiging malinaw po yan kung tayo ay magtatanong sa EMB Regional Office. But definitely, sa renewal, ay kailangan mong i-prove sa EMB Regional Office na compliant ang inyong company sa mga requirements ng batas. Yung training, pag sinabi sa yung kailangan mong mag-submit ng latest training certificate, o magsasubmit ka. Pag hindi ka hinanapan nito, basta dapat kumpleto, satisfactory compliance sa mga requirements ng environment and natural laws, resource laws, natural resources laws. Kailangan mong i-prove yan. Ano pa? Now, dahil ang focus ng ating usapan ay training, meron akong babanggitin dito din sa department order pa din. Department Order 2014-02, Revised Guidelines for PCO Accreditation, Section 10. Ano naman ang nakasulat sa Section 10? Duties and responsibilities of accredited PCO. So dito, naka-indicate po ang mga duties and responsibilities once na ma-accredit ka na bilang PCO. At gusto kong puntahan dito ay doon sa item number 18. Basahin natin. I read and I quote, as a liaison officer to EMB, keep himself or herself abreast with the requirements of the department. Ganon din, pupunta rin ako dito sa um, number 20. Initiate and intensify environmental management activities, including awareness campaign within their organization. So, yun dalawang yan. Ano ang pinupunto ko dito? Once na ma-accredit ka bilang PCO, you are now duty bound to perform these 21 duties and responsibilities entrusted to you by the EMB Regional Office, Regional Director. At sinabi dito, number 1, kailangan mong updated ka sa mga requirements ng DNR. Kaya kung meron mga summit, may mga public trainings, relevant trainings to invite, relevant trainings, attend ka kasi minsan doon mo makukuha yung mga update na yan, policy update. Whether magaling tayong magbasa, we can go to the website of EMB. Meron ditong mga basahin. laws and policies, reports and publication, IEC materials. Iba pa din pagka nandun ka mismo sa venue ng mga seminar, training, conference, summit, iba pa rin yun. Madali din matuto doon. At saka kaya mong pwede ka magtanong directly sa speaker. Dito, sa number 20, initiate and intensify environmental management activities including awareness campaign within their organization. So kapag ka PCO ka, may mga information education campaign ka, maganda na kabisado mo yung updates, yung mga requirements at madali yung i-relay sa tao. Sabi nga, kung di mo kayang i-explain, ibig sabihin, di mo talaga naiintindihan. Kaya po, mas sa kabaliktaran, kung kaya mong i-simplify ang complex na batas, complex na policy, kung kaya mong i-simplify yan, ibig sabihin, naiintindihan mo talaga. At makakabuti ito sa organization dahil na-aware din sila. So yun, mag-invest tayo sa mga training, seminars, attend tayo ng mga summit, conferences, conventions para meron tayong policy updates, new learnings, at ma-intensify din talaga natin ang information education campaign. So yun po ang mga training requirements. Balikan natin. Number one, basic PCO training course. Kailangan maka-attend nito sa mga accredited training institution, lalong-lalo for the purpose of PCO accreditation application. Number two, pag magre-renew ka ng accreditation after 3 years, dapat daw base sa department order, kailangan may 40-hour cumulative relevant PCO training. Pero kung ito ay hindi nahahanapin ng concerned regional office o BMB, mas titingnan yung proof of compliance of the company to the requirements of major environmental laws, gaya ng mga acquired permits, submitted reports, at yung ating mga monitoring results. Importante yan. At pangatlo, we can attend trainings, seminars, conferences, summit para sa updates, maging updated tayo sa mga laws and policies. And syempre, ma-intensify natin yung awareness campaign. Kaya tayo umatid ng mga relevant trainings. So, yun lamang, and thank you very much for time listening, and I hope you have learned something about the training requirement of the pollution control officers. At ini-encourage ko lagi na magtanong tayo sa concerned regional office of EMB under DNR para mag-guide tayo perfectly. Ano? Maganda itong na nakakabasa tayo, nakakapakinig tayo, nakakapanood tayo ng mga ganito. Pero mas maganda pa rin kung directly tayo sa DNR EMB dahil sila po ang implementing agency. So gabay lamang naman itong mga information na ito sa atin. Thank you very much. And if you have more questions, you can just type it below. And thank you very much for time listening. And God bless us all.